If you're a PvE gamer, unfortunately, you should probably hop into Iron Banner this week and spend some time farming yourself a godroll Hero's Burden. This SMG got a brand new godroll, making it extremely strong in PvE now, and the good news is it's extremely easy to farm rolls. To actually farm, just make sure you have on some Iron Banner emblems, armor, and or transmog. This increases your reputation gains. Then just focus any of your engrams as Saladin in the tower for SMG rolls. On top of that, the godroll shouldn't be too hard to acquire. I've seemed to see a bunch of people with this roll already in my Twitter timeline. Speaking of which, you should follow me on Twitter if you want to see some Juicer Destiny 2 takes. But either way, I thought I got lucky getting the roll that I have, but it seems like a decently common drop. Taking a look at my roll, I got a 3 out of 5 in total. For your barrel, you are going to want Hammerforge rifling like I have. This gives increased range with absolutely zero downside. For your mag, you either want Tactical Mag or Flared Magwell for the increased base reload speed. I got Appended, which still feels fine, and also Alloy Mag could be good if you never COD reload. And then for the main two perks, you are going to want to get Feeding Frenzy and then Destabilizing Rounds. Feeding Frenzy won't make or break the weapon in my opinion, but Destabilizing Rounds will, so you absolutely need this on the weapon, as it's one of the best perks in the entire game for ad clear now. You're also going to want to shoot for a range or reload speed masterwork if you can. I got handling, which isn't super useful, and then obviously always make sure you're running minor spec on your primaries. Taking a look specifically at why Destabilizing Rounds are so strong, with these on your weapon, any kill you get will then cause enemies to explode, applying volatile in a nearby radius to any enemy nearby. Also do note that I completely removed volatile flow while testing this weapon out. The only sources of volatile in the video were from Destabilizing Rounds and then from Controlled Demolition when on Titan. The best way to explain this perk is like if Incandescent, Volatile Rounds, and Chain Reaction all had a baby. The explosion on kill is super similar to Incandescent. Enemies will have a chance to detonate on the explosion with Volatile proccing, which is similar to Chain Reaction, and then obviously if nothing else, it's like a Dollar Tree version of Volatile Flow, but you have access to this permanently. That said, the radius is going to be 6.5 meters, which is decent. It isn't anything insane, but it's not a small radius either. And there is also a cooldown with this applied. So not every single kill will be able to detonate enemies and then apply volatile. If you get kills in a rapid succession, you'll see that it won't continually work. But in my own testing, this cooldown seemed to be around 3 seconds, so assuming you spend at least 3 seconds killing a group of ads, you shouldn't really notice the cooldown, because by the time you look to kill another group, then you can just keep applying volatile anyways. Obviously, with volatile rounds being in the artifact this season, there is literally zero reason to use this right now. Volatile Flow is better and always will be a better option to run. However, when Volatile Flow is gone next season, this will be one of the best Void SMGs to use. If you play on Hunter, then Gerfalcons will go back to being one of the best exotic options, so you could manage to avoid using it when on this class. For Titans and Warlocks, this will still be great though, and even for additional Void Hunter builds that don't rely on Gerfalcons. You could also always just run Echo of Instability. This gives volatile rounds on grenade final blows, but in situations where you might not be speccing into Devour or grenade regen of any kind, then Hero's Burden once again becomes the best option to run. If you do manage to get Feeding Frenzy on your roll, then this also works extremely well with Destabilizing Rounds. Feeding Frenzy is a really strong perk when active. The reason that it isn't meta anymore is because you need ×5 stacks typically for it to be fully effective, and these stacks decay super quickly. With Destabilizing Rounds giving you the ability to clear large groups of ads quickly, this will instantly jump you straight up to ×3 to ×5 stacks. With Hero's Burden, even at just ×2 stacks, this will max our reload speed out, along with a 0.9x duration multiplier, and then any stacks beyond this just make the multiplier even quicker for us, so these two perks end up working great hand in hand. Comparing this to Funnel Web, even though both are 900 RPM SMGs, you can see two distinct differences. Funnel Web is going to be a lightweight frame which has an impact value of 15, and then Hero's Burden is an adaptive which has an impact value of 20. This means Hero's Burden will hit slightly harder. That said, I think the main difference ends up being how the weapon feels in terms of its handling and stability. A lot of people aren't fans of adaptive 900s purely based on the way they feel. I think they feel fine, but I figured I would mention that as well. At the end of the day, if you are looking for a reason to grind the game and save up some potentially meta weapons for next season, I think spending a few engrams on Hero's Burden is a great choice. Destabilizing Rounds are great, nothing game breaking, but definitely one of the better Void perks we have access to, and the synergy with Feeding Frenzy proccing off of these chain detonation kills makes the reload super snappy and gives you ×5 consistently. I think this will by far be the best weapon when paired with Titans. You won't need to waste fragment slots for getting volatile through grenade kills, and with controlled demo, chaining volatile to enemies makes this feel just like you have the original volatile rounds active. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and also make sure to let me know if there are any other weapons you're grinding Iron Banner for that have some solid PvE rolls. I stream a bunch over on my Twitch, where we're starting up some Root of Nightmare speedruns and also working on some Lowmans. A link to that and my Discord server are both in the description below. Anyways, that's all for this video. As always, have a good one, guys. Peace.